everyone. Let's well be happy to have this opportunity to share about our experiment in Taiwan about the dragon fruit industry and what is about the challenge we have to face on and how the response by our government. And my name is Wen-Li. I work for TARI, Taiwan Agricultural Research Institute. And now my position is a Fangshan branch, the director. And today, my presentation, my colleague, Ms. Bijian Liu, and also the section head of the AFA, Li Yicheng, they also give me a lot of the data to do this presentation. I also want to thank them here. And also I want to say thanks for the FFTC. They give me this opportunity for do this presentation to share our experiment to you. And today my talk will be including the 4 parts. One is the introduction. And also the second is dragon fruit industry in Taiwan, what the real situation now in Taiwan, and the challenge and the response, also the very quickly the conclusion. And as everybody know now in Taiwan, the dragon fruit is quite popular. And you can see in this figure that you can say dragon fruit grows whole Taiwan island, from the north part, middle part, southern part, eastern part, anywhere. So it's very quite popular. And also you can see the major product area in the middle Taiwan. It may be nearly the 900 hectares and right now. And we have the 2 different major variety. We call the white fresh one and the red fresh one. And in the red fresh one, we have the 2 different. One is more popular, we call the Da Hong. Another occupy 25%, we call the FuGui Hong. Of course, we have another variety like the Mi Bao or green dragon fruit. And so this is the white Pitaya. Originally is from Vietnam, and in the 1980s to introduce to the Taiwan, and now it's still popular. But like I just mentioned about that, now he grows reduced maybe 30%, but the price is still very stable, and some consumers they like this variety. And now more popular is Da Hong. So you can see that it's a red fresh variety in Taiwan, and the very important for this variety is not need to do the hand pollination. That means in the natural situation, he can pollinate by himself. But of course, if you do the hand pollination, you can get the more good quality fruits. Like you see in the photo here, he can as big as like the beautiful child. So it's also very can grow very huge fruit in Taiwan, more than 2 kilograms. But for the consumer, they like only 600 grams the fruit size. And the second is FuGui Hong, also called the 405. This variety also very quite popular because the quality is good. And for Taiwanese, they like the more sweet taste. So this variety, his taste is good and also very sweet. Sometimes the breeze of this variety can up to 22 breeze. So this is the very also now it's popular more and more, but it still occupy few right now. And also very famous is called the Mi Bao. We export this variety to other countries a little bit. And now in the southern part, especially in Kaohsiung city, some farmers like to grow this variety. Of course, we have another, but we'll not show today here. So last decade, we already set up the general practice, the schedule for the dragon fruit. So as you can see in here, in the January, the farmer can do the shoot management and the trimming in the February, and in the March, sometimes they will do the pruning. And also in the winter time, the flower management. And so in May to November, this area, this period is a harvest time. So not only do they have to do the flora, the thinning, and they have to do the pollination, and also for the control of the disease, they have to do the remove the flora, flora. And for the fruit management, also in Taiwan, very popular to the bagging. So this is we already have the general schedule for how to grow dragon fruit in here. And because we have the some variety, and also our cultural practice already set up. So you can see in the 1999, since that our dragon fruit production areas increased year by year until the 2 years before, I mean the 2017. And that is one reason is because the price is pretty high that decade. So the farmer can get a lot of the income. So the product areas increase year by year. But you also will have some problem. Like you see that for the price originally in the 2011 is increased until the 2015 or 2016. After that, the price a little bit going down. And until right now, we have to face on the overproduction. So the price is not good as before. So that some farmers, they will to concern about try to produce a higher quality of the dragon fruit, or they were concerned about should be give up to change it to grow another fruit trees. So for we have the overproduction problem, but we actually also in the same time we have to export to other countries. So our trade partner and the value here you can see here we for the government they try to export the fruit to other countries and increase or maintain the income of the farmer. So we try to export to other countries, and until right now, last year, 2019, we occupy 1 million the export value of the dragon fruit, and you can see here it's increased until right now. And the major our country is the first major market is China. Of course, the Hong Kong is also a very important market, and the Canada. So why we choose China, Hong Kong, and Canada? The issue is because of quarantine. Those three places for Taiwan, we not need to do any quarantine treatment, not need to do the heat treatment or cool treatment. So it's more easy for our farmer to export to that. But also we also export to ship some dragon fruit to Singapore. But nowadays he a little bit increased, but after COVID-19, it's hard to say that, I think. And so in the domestic market, also same like that. In the domestic market, our data is from the Taipei food and vegetable wholesale market. So you can see in here, since the 1999 to until right now, is increased, including the value and the price. But to 2015 or 16, maybe a little bit overproduction, so the price starting to going down until right now. And so for the farmer, the production cost is the labor cost. As you can see here, he occupied 60%. So this is the major what they have to spend in the production of the dragon fruit, and the other is fertilizer. So you will see in Taiwan, the farmer, they spend the time and the fertilizer to produce a high quality dragon fruit. And in the labor cost, the major what they do is one is bagging. Because we have to maintain the good quality dragon fruit. So in Taiwan, we have ornamental fruit fly problem, and sometimes have the bird will damage the fruits. So we have to do the bagging, and use the bagging technique. We can protect and reduce the residue of the dragon fruits. And also in the harvest and the scaling or grading is spend lab cost. And also the pruning for year by year, because the dragon fruit grows quite quick, very quickly. So we have to pruning year by year, and also disease control. And so for even we spend a lot the money for the labor cost and the other, but the income still quite good. It's because I just mentioned about that before the 2015. The price is higher in the domestic market, and so the farmer income is still good. But the recent year, is reduced. So we're starting, we have to face on some challenge about this industry in Taiwan. And so what kind of challenge of the dragon fruit industry in Taiwan? One is the manpower. Because the farmer aging, I think that every country is the same to face on this. And also we show up the lab and the high lab cost, especially in Taiwan, our lab cost is pretty high. So also for the industry, like the global trade liberalization. So we have to pass on the some dragon fruit import from to other countries like the Malaysia. They will be to export some the dragon fruit when the winter time, because in winter time the show day, so we will show up the dragon fruit in Taiwan. So we need to import some fruits from the other country. They also will be the challenge for us. And also in Taiwan, now the consumer, they will concern about the food security, food safety, and also for the land, they will like to you produce your product to green, for friendly for the environment or green product. So also in Taiwan, average the farmer they only own 1 hectare. So it's a quite small scaling. There will be increase your product cost, and also the climate change, like the some problem we have to face on that. And nowadays another problem in Taiwan maybe is because virus disease. So now we try to set up the some virus-free seeding system in dragon fruit. I think maybe that will be that we have to face on very soon future. And now we have the some virus like the GVX or Pitaya virus or Catus virus X that is now in Taiwan. You can almost say that is quite popular. But the good news is about the dragon fruit is very vigorous. So even the carrier on the sun virus maybe will not reduce their growth or fruit quality, but we still to concern about it maybe will be the major problem in the future. So now we have some research about this. And also the canker disease. I think that this is the same in the other country, also have to face on the canker disease. And now we try to do the breeding job. If we can select the one new variety can against the canker disease, maybe it will more easier for the farmer when they grow the dragon fruit. So what the response of the Taiwan government for this? We will try to strengthen to the supply chain, the management of the orchard for the export. That means we will give some lecture. I mean, we will send some researcher, like in the government, they go to the farmer side to give the talk and share their experiment to the farmer, and let the manager of their orchard will be better. And also we try to connect the high quality producer to become the production the cluster that I just mentioned about, because in Taiwan we all small scale in farming. So if we want to increase our export product, we have to have the source about that. But the every farmer, they only own a very small scaling. So we have to connect that together and to become a group. And we can support the more stable dragon fruit to export to other countries. And also we will enhance the cultivation and the management technique to reduce the pesticide and to do the environment friendly farming. I just mentioned about in Taiwan, the consumer they to know they want to more environment friendly product, and also they will try to ask the farmer to reduce the pesticide, to use the pesticide, so even the residue. So we will try to create or do the research about what kind of method can reduce the use of the chemical pesticide. Maybe we will use some the oil to control the small insect, or we will use some the more safety material to produce our our product, and even we use the backend to avoid some insect. So nowadays our government they were supporting the more research about the environment-friendly farming. So I think this is also we want to promote and share to the farmer in Taiwan, and also we want to let the Taiwanese to know their product, their dragon fruit, how the farmer produce and what they use, and let everything, you can say everything can clear in the website or other media. So we will introduce and the promotion about the safety of production labeling and certificates, especially for the organic farming in Taiwan. We will try to promote organic farming in dragon fruit, because dragon fruit actually is quite easy to produce, so not need to use a lot of fertilizer and chemical pesticide. So we will try to promote the organic farming, or some the Taiwan gap, and even we have some farmer they follow the global gap. So under those gap guidance, so the farmer will reduce over under the regulation to use the chemical. It will be the give and supporting the more safety product for the consumer. And also we try to enhance the local production and the local consumption. That means because we have the very high density population in Taiwan, so our domestic market, the consumer, they need some product. And sometimes but in the same time, we also import some fruits from the other country. So now the Council of the Culture, COA, they will be to try to promote to the consumer. You can increase some of the consumption about the local product, because the local product is very short time, so it's more fresh. And also we try to reduce the chemical use and let the residue under the regulation. So now we enhance the local production and the local consumption, let the Taiwanese know the local production also is have the good quality. And also we develop the post-harvest processing and the storage technology, because even the dragon fruit is easy to storage, and we can ship into the Canada. It's very long distance, but we still try to create or develop the new technique, can longer or let it more fresh, and let the consumer in the other country also can enjoy the very fresh, very good quality dragon fruit from Taiwan. And also we have some breeding job to try to diversify about the dragon fruit varieties. And because according to the history of the dragon fruit production in Taiwan, you will see when we have the increase very quickly is because we have the red fresh dragon fruit, the named Da Hong, because this variety not need to hand pollination. So for the farmer, they can save the lab costs, and they can very easy to grow the high quality fruits. So in our opinion, we still think about if you have the very good variety, I mean the quality and the growth easy to maintain, and not need to supply a lot of fertilizer and the chemical, and it can grow very well. That may be also a solution for the future. We can increase this production of the dragon fruit. I think in Taiwan nowadays we face on some problem, and we have some thinking, but we still work on that. And for the Taiwan now, we try to let the production and the consumption the more balanced, because we need to face on a little bit about overproduction, but we still want to emphasize about how to grow the good quality and the environment-friendly product in here. I will very welcome your comment or question, and hope you can visit Taiwan in the near future. Thank you.